Everyone's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is Playdead Live, and Faction Wars are back. It has been since mid-December, and yes, we brought them back. I mean, it was so long ago, but you're gonna be reminded of the standings, the gameplay, the new maps, and a brand new wrinkle we're adding tonight. Some players will have brand new avatars. We're still working on that, but it is great to be back. So, big super shout out to everybody in 2026. Playdead Live. We're going to crush it this year. Our 7th year in existence. So pretty cool stuff. You guys excited? You guys excited about tonight? Light it up. Give me some 999s if you guys are ready to get down to business here. I'm going to show you the standings. That's right. We got Team VOX at 3-0. Team VOX 3-0, undefeated in first place. Team ARC, hot on their tail at 2-1. SLY coming off a big win at the end of December, 1-2. And we got Jet. Look, don't sleep on Jet. I know it says 0-3, but look how close their games are. Point differential, only minus 600. That's 200 per game. That means they're in every single game. Over on the right side, you can see we got SLY versus VOX tonight. Next Wednesday night, we got Jet versus ARC. And then in 2 weeks, we got VOX versus Jet. But that Monday, the 26th, we also have Ship Strike. All teams will be playing Ship Strike that Monday, and then we got VOX and Jet that Wednesday, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Busy week. And then you can see February's schedule right there, the 4th, the 11th, and also the 18th. So the next 6 weeks, Faction Wars up there on the map. Plan accordingly, everybody. Make sure you plan accordingly. All right, let's do something usually we forget to do later, and this is very important. This is the Sliver Sacrifice Grenade. Now, the people playing, they want the best possible one. The people watching, like ARC, like Jet, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, give them something they got to really sacrifice. Make them pay. And there is no Super Bomber bundle tonight. Super Bomber will be back next Wednesday. It'll be your chance to get it. Also, your chance to stock up for Ship Strike as well. All right, here we go. What are you guys cheering for this Sliver Sacrifice? What do you think it's going to be? Leave in chat right now. What do you think the lucky spin is going to be? St. Milo, Sweet Tea, Seismic. What's your best guess? There is no I mean, if you guys are playing, you could probably will it into existence. Julius open for Unforgiven for y'all. Yeah. See that? Spade, Snowstorm. All right, well, let's spin it. Let's see what it's going to turn out to be. I'm curious. It is going to be Seismic Grenade. Seismic Grenade. I guess, you know, some people do have that. And look, Dr. Di wins everything. She wins everything. She wins the pick 3. She picks the Seismic. All right. Well, check your inventory. Make sure you guys are in good shape in that. And the beauty of this is, if you did have a lot of Seismics, you'll get a chance to use some of them tonight. If you don't, you better start wheeling, dealing, and trading. All right. We have not done this in a little while, so let's everybody's here tonight. Give me a number from 1 to 20. We got a box event coming up. It's not going to be in January. We thought we'd have a box event in January, but because yours truly was under the weather, we do have to push the box event back until February. But it'll be a great box event. You guys had a blast with the last couple. We had a box event, and then we had the holiday fundle, boxicle, you know, whatever we call it. We had a lot of fun with that. So looking forward to getting some more legends. And hey, who plays on Friday nights? Because I heard there were some good legendaries on Friday nights too. So might be incentive for you guys to show up, and we will be back this Friday night as well. All right, here we go. Let's roll the die, and let's see who's going to win a little something. Die roll is number 19. Number 19 is Cat. All right, we'll roll one more time. I'm giving away 2 packs. So 19 and number 14. Valar. Game. It's been a little while since you won, hasn't it been, Valar? There you go. Congrats, Cat, and congrats, Valar. All right. Now, let's go to tonight's Epic War Bundle. Now, I might be inclined. look, we're doing something tonight, and not everybody plays Death Drop, I get it. But I will implore you again, if you pick up tonight's bundle and you get these items, sell these items in the auction house. We got some people on zero. Now, if you guys make enough noise right now, we might add a little extra to it. So give me 999s right now, and a lot of them. A lot of 999s, and we'll see what we can do with tonight's epic war. But we'll make tonight's epic war bundle epic. More epic. All right, it looks like a good start. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. We'll take you to the silver. We got extreme. We got steel. But you know what? Friday night's back, so I'm going to give you 3 resin restores and 3 Terror 10s because there's no limit on Terror 10s on Friday night. So you guys are using a lot of them. So that is a 3-pack of resin restore, 3-pack of Terror 10s, 5 post-battle pet revives, graphene, carbine, 1 of each of your waxes. Take you down to the red. Red, we've got summon skins. That is 1 Inferno. Enrage 3. Frantic 5. Savage 6. Mag 7. Super 8. Hostile 9. Super Thrill. And that's right. The bonus items, I am going to give you 5 of each of these. 5 Angel Wing. 5 Frozen Solid. 5 Tiebreakers. 5 Super Pulls. And 5 Blackouts. That should get you players back in business. And those of you that have not played Death Drop, 1, come play. But number 2, you can sell these on the auction house because people need them. I'm giving you 5 of those. And guess what? Who knows what Saturday night is? Huh? What's this Saturday? The first Death Drop of 2026. And next Saturday is the first ropes of 2026. I'm going to give you 2 Brutal Blue, Rugged Glyph, 2 Brutal Red, Arson Glyph, Fear Smoke, Gold Summon Skins, Mega Cosm. And there's the last part of that, 5 Super Pull, 5 Blackout. Green, we got Energy over Spider Silk, Combat, Thrill Smoke, Prime Armor Skins, Max Spark, Blue Spark, Max Seal, Heal and Thrill. Because you guys lit up the 999s, I'm going to give you 25 Strike Stones tonight. Normally we do 10. I'm giving you 25 because Castle Strike's right around the corner. Mythic Summon Skins, Colossal Skins, and I'm going to give you 2 St. Milos. Why am I giving you 2 instead of 1? Because the brand new gear ability is called Score. And if you throw St. Milo and you play the Score ability, you're going to get 30 points instead of 15. 30 points instead of 15. All right, Kel, light it up. Let's see who picked up this Epic War Bundle. It's a lot of people. So Kel's going to be typing. Now, if you're playing tonight, if you are starting, that is Tiny, Ocean Man, Dimes, Bones, Doc, Ron, Cat, and Trigger. Give me your pre-match buffs right now. Because I promise you, we're going to start on time tonight. Miss pre-match buffs. Kel will be typing all the people that picked up these bundles. And I'm going to take you down to the playing field. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. You'll see some people get the avatar, some people get the new one. We got Tiny going first in the tank zone. Tiny followed by Trigger in the tank zone. Trigger followed by Deadly Dimes, Siege Captain, and Sniper. Deadly Dimes followed by Doc. Doc, brand new avatar over in the DZ. Doc followed by Ocean Man in the tank zone. Ocean Man followed by Father Ron in the bomber zone. Ron followed by Bones. Bones is challenging. She's also in the DZ. And Bones followed by Cat. There you can see tonight's bundles. We got Trigger, Dimes, Justice, Jim, Ron, Bones, Busy, Valar, Crimson, Football, Lexicon, Julia Cat, Dow, Die, Pope, Flyrod, Nightshade, Kel. And tonight's match is officially underway. Tiny, 20-second timer. Told you we're playing fast tonight. Sorry. Trigger. Got my scorecards backwards. Trigger, 20-second timer. Had the score sheets reversed. All right, there we go. Trigger beats the timer. And Trigger is going to get in the tank, go to Temple Steps. Trigger in the tank. Let's give Trigger a cannonball. All right, going to play Dark Boss. To Main Street. Negation Wand to Furnace Wand. Going to play Dark Boss in 1 with cap in 3. Negation Wand, get rid of that Furnace Wand. And Air Wands are out of play. Steel Needle. From... Who are we stealing Needle from? All right, Dimes is Needle. Got it. Dimes, no Needle. M7 Snowstorm to the wall. Sacrifice Seismic and a Seal. All right, got it. Get in the tank. Go to, remember, I'm going to read it twice. If I get to the second time, it hits automatically, so you guys be quick. So get in the tank. Go to Temple Steps. Dark Boss to Main Street. Negation Wand. Steel Needle from Dimes. Seal. M7 Snowstorm to the wall. With Sliver ability. All right, so Dime says halt 4 times. And Immortal Sonar. All right, 3 halts. Going to take it down to S3. Immortal Sonar. Make it equivalent to an S2. And Insania. All right, first Dragon play. That is going to be the equivalent of a 0 raged Navy Grenade. That is 30% of a black block. 70 black remaining. Dimes using all the stops. So that does not break a black block and does not freeze any walls. All right, let's go over to Tiny. 20-second timer, Tiny. Tiny going to disable. All right, disabling the Cyborg. We'll see Tiny in round number 3. All right, Doc, you're up. 20-second timer, Doc. Doc beats the timer. She's going to DZ portal to their DZ with a needle to the haystack. She just wants to see her avatar move. There you go. Doc and Bones. And playing Needle. Needle in 1 with cap in 2. Seal, St. Milo. To the Watchtower. Sacrifice a Seismic. And Sliver ability. All right. I was getting ready to read it. It does hit. E3 Milo. Let's light the Watchtower and give him the points for the Milo. All right, how you guys like the new avatar so far compared? You can see both on the screen. What do you guys think? Pretty cool with the buffs and the seals and all that. Easier to see, right? All right, let's go over to Deadly Dimes. 20-second timer dimes. Soon we'll have everybody's avatar. Just takes time. Yeah, I got them both. I just don't have them on the screen, Ron. All right, Dimes. Jumping into Range Rover. Let's give Dimes a tire. Cosmic Guard. Grendel and Wicked Boss to the side chest. Emo Grendel for Dimes. Slush Wand to trigger with a seal. Ice Wands are off the board. I'll cut her Rage in half while she's in the tank. H7 Snowstorm, sacrifice a Seismic and Duplex. All right, Ron says, wait, Range Rover. Move to there, BZ. Red Blue from Dr. Die. First blue of the game in play and out of play. Red from Red Blue is going to break Dime's absorption. So Rover's good, movement's good, Legendary's good. Wicked Boss to the side chest. Be a minus 50 for VOX's Boss. And we get a throw grenade. So 2 throw grenades for VOX, 1 throw grenade for SLY. All right, let's go over to Father Ron. 20-second timer, Ron. We got Ron, Ocean Man, Cat, and Bones. Ron gonna move up to the sniper zone. Father Ron in sniper zone. All right, we got Ron moving to the sniper zone. Gonna play War Sultan. Boss to the side chest, Seal Navy to the temple, and a Sliver 6. All right, move to the sniper zone. War zone. We pick a number. Ron, pick a number 1 to 4. Boss to the side chest. Ron playing boss in 1. Cap in 3. Ron picking number 2. Number is 4. Number is 4. So had he gotten it right, they would have had to choose Dragons or Titans, and they couldn't play both. But it is free to play. Navy hits, put out that flame, and we got Sliver 6, taking that Sliver up to 38 points for Team VOX. All right, movement. Sultan, Boss, Seal, Navy, and Sliver, all good for Father Ron. Ocean Man, you're up. 20-second timer, Ocean Man. Ocean Man, Cat, and Bones. Remember, halftime is at the end of round 3. We've changed the rules. Second half starts in round 4. Beats the timer. Ocean Man going to jump into tank. Let's give Ocean Man a cannonball. He's also playing Morb. Give him a couple of different preventions. Going to play Cronin. Cronin automatically hits. No die roll on Cronin any longer. So next round will be automatic rage for Team SLY. Gold Grendel is going to move to the Temple Steps. Ron says wait. And S8 Snowstorm to bury the dead. Tank's good. Morb is good. Cronin is good. Gold Grendel to the haystack. That is the second Grendel. Moves to Temple Steps. S8 to bury the dead. Ron, what are we waiting on? Father Ron. Hello, Ron. We got to have a move. What are we waiting on? All right, so I'm assuming. All right, you're back. All right, yeah. Type snow. You might have typed SS. Don't type SS. All right, Judas to his bury the dead. All right, Dimes, they're going to redirect it. Dimes says, wait. All right, Dimes, what you got? Dimes? All right. Ocean Man going to prevent it. Okay, we got it. Ocean Man using one prevention to shut it down. All right, let's go over to Cat. Cat, 20-second timer. And captains, you can type the prevention and just have the player confirm it to expedite it. All right, beats the timer. Cat going to get into Rover and go to their DZ. Let's give Cat a tire. And because Ray threw the snowstorm, it does count as a throw grenade. So each team has met their threshold for throw grenades. Nobody's hit yet. Cat going to go Colossal Kang to Main Street. Colossal Kang could be worth 73. Seal S6, Spade to the wall, sacrifice Seismic and Duplex. All right, we finally got our first hit grenade. S6, Spade grenade hits the wall. Let's take out 70% of that black block. Let's take out a green block. So we take 1.7 out. 2 full blocks off the board for Team VOX. All right, Bones, you're up. 20-second timer, Bones. Bones beats the timer. Monolith, Seal Absorption. PDL's worst nightmare, the Monolith. Duplex, sacrifice the Seismic. Sweet Tea to the Temple. Give him that 15 points. So puts out the flame and a nice free 15 points. You got to like that. And a Colossal Watcher. Talk about making it tougher to watch towers. There you go. Colossal Watcher is in play. Bones getting the points. And that is going to be the end of round number 1. Colossal Watcher's good. Seal is good. Absorption's good. Sweet Tea, Duplex, Sacrifice, Seismic. At the end of round number 1, let's move Ocean Man into the Temple. Let's also move Trigger into the Temple. That means each team is going to get a blessing. Let's remove a halo from each sliver. Doc, Bones, and Cat. And because VOX has the advantage, they also light a straw man. So 5-point straw man for having the DZ advantage. All right. Let's take a look at the Dragon Stones as well. And Slivers. VOX, 38 points. SLY, 22. Good first round, both teams. Let's go to round number 2. Trigger, you're up. 20-second timer starts now. Beats the timer. Colossal Kang to Main Street. 73 points if it caps. Thrill Smoke, F5 Unforgiven to the wall with duplex. It's equivalent to a S6 Unforgiven dimes. Colossal Kang to Main Street. Thrill Smoke. And she does type hit, so we'll let it hit. That is the second hit grenade. Green block. And 80% of a blue block. 20 blue remaining. Tiny is still disabling the cyborg. All right, we will go to Dr. Die. Dr. Die, before her turn starts, we will cap a needle. First needle of the game. All right, and Dr. Die, you're on the clock. 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Dr. Die. DZ Portal, release Snowplow with a snowstorm. Heading back over to her side. All right, because she adds a snowstorm, it is non-preventable. Now, they've already gotten rid of the black block, so there's no snowstorm effect. But can't stop it because she used a snowstorm. So 2 blocks off the board for Dr. Die. Blue block and a blue block. And we also give her a wave award. She goes back to her side of town, gets 2 blocks for free, and gets a wave award. Nicely done, Doc. All right, Deadly Dimes from the Bomber Zone opposing team. 20-second timer dimes. Beats the timer. Dime's going to move to there, DZ. She's going up the coast. Colossal Kang to the boss. Pet Repel. Milo to the wall with the sliver ability. All right, it is duplexed. Movement's good. Colossal Kang. Possible 73 by Deadly Dimes. Ron already says it hits. Pet Repel, Milo to the wall, and Sliver. S6 Milo. Dimes taken out. A black and a green. Give her to Milo points. And it is a hit grenade. First hit grenade. All right, let's go to Father Ron. Ron, up in the sniper zone. 20-second timer, Ron. Ron says, let's go to the portal and play. Ron, gonna take Dimes into the portal. We'll see if Dimes wants to rumble. She says no. We'll see Ron in round number 4. Father Ron with a white flag. Father Ron with a feather. All right. SLY with the advantage on the field. Let's see if they can make it pay. Ocean Man, you're up. 20-second timer. Ocean Man says, yes, I can, because I'm going to play a needle to that haystack. Ocean Man play a needle in 2, cap in 3. Pet Repel. Unforgiven to the wall. Sacrifice a seismic. All right, we got a M10. Unforgiven to the wall, Ron. Ron says, wait. Needle's been played. Pet Repel's played. Ron using blue number 2. It is a gold blue. Ocean Man with no seal is going to hit him for 20% of his health and take him down to 80% life. All right, let's go over to Cat. 20-second timer, Cat. Timer's up. This is for the Nerf timer. Nerf timer is up. 25-point timer is up. This is for a 50% nerf. All right, all timers are up. Ron, Cat. Do we have Cat? VOX, do we have Cat? All right, I got it there. DZ Portal, Voyage, Plow Ocean Man, Colossal Watchtower, Pet Repel. All right. Start out with DZ Portal. Going to play Voyage. The legendary to plow Ocean Man out of Temple. I'm assuming that's a Colossal Watcher, not a Watchtower. Pet Repel. And I am reading it second time, Dimes. M7 Spade to the wall. And the sliver is duplexed. And it does hit. Oh, barely. You need to be on the draw there, Dimes. You almost missed it. Sliver is duplexed. Immortal Blue from Bones. All right. M7 Spade would have been the final hit grenade. So Immortal Blue, first blue. And the Immortal is going to break Cat's seal. And give Cat a wave award. Second wave award. And both snowplows are off the board. Cat going to max absorb, so we'll give her seal back. All right, final move in round 2, Bones from the DZ, 20-second timer. Timer is up. Bones. Beat the nerf timer, did not beat the regulation timer. All right, Bones going to go red needle to the haystack. We got a needle in 2, cap in 3. Also playing Pet Repel. S6 Miler to the Watchtower, and Sliver ability is duplexed. All right, she does pay the fee for the Milo. So we will light the watchtower. Milo hits. Each team has 2 hit grenades. Let's give her the points for the Milo. And we are good. That's the end of round number 2. At the end of round number 2, Trigger with a blessing. Team SLY, none. We got and because Ron is the siege, there is no dim of the Dragging Stone by Cat. All right, looks like DZs are 0-0, no advantage either way. Each team controlled their own and has someone in the opposing teams. So DZ is 0-0. All right, let's remove a Sliver Halo from each team. All right, we'll start round 3, but before we go to Trigger's move, we are going to cap 146 points in Kangs. And Boss on Main Street. Trigger, you're up. 20-second timer starts right now. The Talon Doctor die to the temple. Dragon Smoke the Bomber Zone. S6 Spade to the wall. Symbiote Jackal. All right, who are you going to target with Jackal? Because you'll -10 from their score and also prevent that player from using Jackal. And Ron going to Chromica. All right, so Talon die. Dragon Smoke. Spade to the wall. And Symbiote. And I just need a name of who the Jackal's going to target. And that is the final hit grenade for Team VOX. All right, Bones, no Jackal for you. S6 Spade. I'm going to take out a blue block and a red block for Trigger. VOX down in the red zone. Tiny, you get a move. 20-second timer for Tiny back on the board. In last round, we had 50 points in slivers for VOX and 46 points for SLY. That's your update from last round. Timer's up. Oh, just beat it. Tiny going to move to the temple steps. Going to play Burnous to nerf the wall. Dark Boss to Main Street. Super Thrill, R12 Unforgiven to the wall. Sacrifice a Seismic, and a Sliver ability. I've read it once. Temple Steps. Burnous to nerf the wall. Dark Boss to Main Street. Could be worth 25. Extra if it caps. Playing in 3 would cap in 5. Sacrifice a Seismic. I'll give them that. Sliver ability. Pump it up to 52. And Gold Blue from Trigger to get rid of that R12 Unforgiven with Super Thrill. That was going to be a lot. And that is the final blue of the game for Team VOX. And we're only in round 3. Ouch. No blues remaining. Gold Blue will hit Tiny and take him down to 80% health. Tiny going to max absorb, keep him at 100. All right, Doc. You're up, Doc. Beats the timer. Wow, they're not going to let you have any fun, Ray. Stasis to Ocean Man. They are just picking on Ocean Man tonight. Gonna use the Mistral to steal Dime's Rover. Man, Dr. Die stealing vehicles too. It's like I need a Rover in this temple. Dragon Smoke. The Castle. S6 St. Milo to the wall with Cease to Bones. And they say, wait. All right, Bones. You get one more ability, and that is your last ability. Bones has been ceased. Doc can play no more abilities. Oh, they're going to dolly that. All right. That was a timely maneuver there. Ouch. All right. No. Cat is not sieging. Ron is the siege. All right. So, Doc, you basically get to play one pet. Cease ability does not count either. So you don't get ceased as well. So the only thing that happens is a pet. Do you want to continue with the stasis? So no Dragon Smoke, no Milo, no cease, one pet. Team VOX? Or are we going to stay with the stasis or change pets? That's the only option. Team VOX. Okay, no stasis. They're going to go Colossal Gideon instead. So, Ray, you do not have a stasis on you. All right. I know Dolly is a heartbreaker. That hurts. All right, let's go over to Dimes. Dimes, 20-second timer starts now. Actually, hold up, Dimes. Hold up. Before Dimes' turn, we're going to cap 73-point Kang. And we're also going to cap their first boss. Bosses are 1-to-1. All right, now 20-second timer. Timer, it just beat the timer. Dime's going to move to their tank zone. Thrill, H5 Unforgiven, and also going to Scream. Now, who are you going to scream at? Because that's going to create a howl, so I need to know who that's going to be. I'm going to play Spud to Cat, which will hinder Cat. And also, Cat leaves play for any reason. We'll give 15 points to SLY. Now, it'll be halftime or anything. I do not have the Spud icon here, but I will notate that Cat has been hit by Spud. Spud will be upgraded in the near future, so Spud is attached to Cat. There. We will make that Spud. All right, movement is good. Pet is good. S6 Unforgiven. Scream to Cat, which will be a 2-point howl, so Cat will only have 18 seconds. And also going to amplify the wall. So that wall has Burnous and is also amplified. Dr. Die is going to medic page and double evoke it. Ouch. That's going to nerf the hell out of it. All right. So S6 Unforgiven. S3 goes to Doc. It's going to break Doc's seal. Going to evoke it. Make it S1. Going to evoke it again. Make it rage. Half a point of rage. And it is a... Wow. It's a Navy. All right. That's 25% of a green block. That's it. So 75 green remaining. They nerf it all the way down to 1/4 of a green block. And that's after the Burnous. Yeah. It's pretty serious there. All right, we will skip Ron because Ron is in the portal. Before Ocean Man's turn, we're going to cap a needle for SLY. 100-point needle. All right, and let's go to Ocean Man, 20-second timer. So we'll have Ocean Man, Cat, and Bones. All right, beats the timer. Going to go boss to the side chest. Ocean Man playing boss in 3. We cap in 5. Thrill, S6, Unforgiven to the wall. I say S7, Unforgiven. Ron says wait. Trying to get that last hit grenade. Actually, they got the last hit grenade on the last wall because the grenade did hit even though it was nerfed. So both teams have full hit and full throw. Okay? Dimes, give me a 999 if you understand that. You did get credit. Both teams had full hit, full throw. All right, sonar, Cat and Trigger. Going double sonars. 1 and 2. We'll take it down to a S2 Carnage. All right, S2 Carnage. With Burnous. It's going to take out the remainder of the green block, 75. And that's it. All right, Cat, you have 18 seconds starting now. Does beat the timer. Even with Howl. DZ Portal. Cat going back over to the other side. Ron's boss did cap, but anytime there's a howl, I don't give the benefit of the extra time. That's why the timer started immediately. But VOX did get credit for capping that flag. That is their second. Now, Cat playing a boss in 3. We'll cap in 5. Dragon Smoke to the castle. S8 Unforgiven to the wall. And Hush to Bones. So Bones, you are now hushed, which means you cannot play a gear ability on your turn. I love Hush. It does hit. So we'll start with the Dragon Smoke. Dragon Smoke does hit. An S8 Unforgiven to the wall. Hits. And we're going to take out a red block, a red block, and 10% of a red block. 90 red remaining VOX. 90% of one red block. All right, final move of the first half, but before we get to it, Bones Needle Caps. Second needle for Team SLY. Second timer Bones. Immortal Grendel to the haystack. Dragon Smoke to the tower. And F4 Glitch to the watchtower. Another Grendel is up. It's Dragon Smoke to tower. Both teams full Dragon Smoke. And F4 Glitch Grenade. And it hits. All right. And because there's one straw man lit, hopefully you guys can still hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. Can you guys closed out the wrong window, sorry. All right. Can you guys closed out the wrong window, sorry. All right. Can you guys closed out the wrong window, sorry. All right. Can you guys closed out the wrong window, sorry. All right, I'm back. All right, how about now? Should be no echo, right? All right. So the challenge, Ron, Cat has Colossal Watcher on the first watchtower, and that was already paid. So that's an ineffective challenge. So Immortal Grendel, Dragon Smoke, and the Glitch is going to hit the second one. And it does take that straw man is lit, and it lights it for the other team. Okay. Halftime. Give me your subs, everybody. I'm going to remove one blessing from each team. DZ is 25-25. Elevation. Cat's going to lose Spud. Both seals gone. Vehicle gone. Bone's going to use Elevation Wand to keep her seals. Blessing for Team VOX. All right. So we got Animal coming in for Tiny. Football going to the Ozone. Nightshade coming in for Doc. Sir Tim going to the Ozone. Ron will stay where he's at. He'll stay in the portal because he is locked in that. He'll come out of that zone, so he's not currently in the bomber zone. Okay, order is going to be as follows. It'll be Trigger, Animal, Nightshade, Dimes, Ron, Ocean Man, Cat, Bones, Sir Tim, and Football. Remember, it's round 4. So we go 4, 5, and 6. At the end of last round, Vox got 50 more points. For the sliver, SLY got 52. The DZ was 25-25. All right. Let's start out the second half, everybody. Trigger. 20-second timer starts right now. Beats to timer. Scold to Football. Vines to Football. Unforgiven to the wall. With Eiffel and Hush to Football. All right. Going to rebuild that blue block with Eiffel. So that is now 100% full. So 3 full blue blocks for Team SLY. So we'll have Vines, Scold, Unforgiven, and Hush to Football, which means he cannot play a gear ability this turn. All right, Dimes, what are we waiting on? All right, Dimes, what's the call? All right, going to prevent Scold. All right, Vines will get rid of Football's gear absorption. Scold is prevented. She does get a absorption. And the Unforgiven to the wall hits, and Hush to Football. So Unforgiven is going to give Trigger a gold bar. First gold bar of the game, and let's reset the wall. All right, let's go over to the animal. 20-second timer, Joe. Beats the timer. Animal going to go to the temple. Needle to the haystack with a seal and thrill. All those Grindles belong to SLY, and Animal playing Needle in 4, Cap in 5. M7 Unforgiven, sacrifice a Seismic, and he's going to use the Sliver ability to pump it up to 58. All right, Ron says it hits. M7 Unforgiven with Burnous and Amplify. M8 Unforgiven. Blue block, and 30% of a blue block. SLY finally getting some wall damage done. So 70 blue remaining. Good start out of the gates for the animal. All right, let's go over to Nightshade. 20-second timer, Nightshade. Timer is up. Nerf timer is up. .25 timer is up. Do we have Nightshade? VOX losing costly points. All right, we got a 50% nerf. Do we have Nightshade? Team VOX. All right, Talon Trigger to the temple with a seal. E3 St. Milo to the Watchtower. With Mass Destruction 6. All right. He did not pay for the Watcher. Now, that is a Watcher. So, because he did not pay, we don't even roll for the 50-50 because it didn't qualify as a hit. So, it fizzles, but he does get the Milo points. All right. Hits the ground, but did not pay for the Watcher. All right, Dimes. You're up. 20-second timer. Move to their rover zone. Going to play Ethel, Pink Smoke, F4, Unforgiven, and Cat. They're going to hush you, so no gear ability for you this round. All right, Ron. Ethel's going to steal a Sliver Halo from your team and give it to their team. Can be prevented, but you have to use a prevention on it. So let me know if it hits. So we got the equivalent of F5 Unforgiven, Burnous, and Amplify, Hush on Cat, and Ethel. All right, Nightshade's going to intervene, so they're going to keep their Sliver Ring. Now there's a comma. Is there something else, or is that the only move? I'm assuming that's the only move. All right. Let's get to the wall damage. Oh, going to Pontiff the Pink Smoke. All right, you got it. Who's Pontiff? All right, so we'll remove the pink smoke, and we'll just go F4 Unforgiven. That's 70 blue. We take out the 70 blue after Burnous. We're going to take out 50% of a red block. 50 red remaining. So we've got a full wall on one side. We got 3.5 on the other. All right, we got Ron coming out of the portal. 20-second timer, Ron. We have Ron, Ocean Man, Cat, Bones, Tim, and Football. Beats the timer. Going to turn Animal into an Engineer. Gold Watcher, Max Seal Trigger. S8 Gamut to both Immortal Grendels. Going to play the Zenith ability. And sacrifice can't sacrifice a snowstorm, Ron, so type sacrifice seismic. All right, so let's play a Gold Watcher. Now there is a Watcher on the third Watchtower, Team SLY. Gets the points for the Gold Watcher. All right, Gamut splits. So if you Judas the Gamut, it's one of the two. So one will hit, one will be Judased. So you're going to Judas it to their boss or to Sir Tim? All right. So Dimes, the other Grendel is going to die, correct? You got 3, so one is going to die. One's going to be redirected to your boss. Okay. All right, so we're going to take out one of the Immortal Grendels. So we got a Gold Grendel and an Emo Grendel left. S8 Gamut Grenade to their boss. And that is Cat's boss. Is going to hit for 22%. Should take it down to 78%. Cat's boss is at 78%. All right, Animals and Engineer. Gold Watcher's in play. Max Seal Trigger, she was already sealed, so it'll have no effect. S8 Gamut. One will kill an Immortal, one will be redirected. Zenith. Zenith is going to have no effect, Ron, because Zenith will add 15 points to a Colossal. Is there a Colossal out in play? There's nothing in play that Zenith can affect. So if there's an emo pet that you played, it'll do 15% more damage. If you have a Colossal pet in play, it'll give you 15 more points. So save your Zenith because there's not a valid target. So no Zenith for Ron this round. All right, Ocean Man, you're up. 20-second timer. Rod, Gold Spark Cat, and F5 Spade to the wall. I do not even have a Roadrunner in play. All right, Ocean Man playing Rod. That will serve as our Rod reminder. Gold Spark the Cat. And F5 Spade to the wall. Rod, Gold Spark the Cat, F5 Spade. Rod is a passive pet. Passive pets can be played with bosses out. Actually, that is a good challenge. Rod cannot be played. Rod is not a passive pet. It is a scoring pet with a 1-turn delay. So, Ocean Man. No Rod pet. Sorry. And Cat will prevent the grenade. You wouldn't be able to play Rod. You wouldn't be able to play Nolan. All right, it is not a valid play, so I will let you redirect. Is there any other pet you would like to play that is legal? Yes, make it quick. Cat's going to prevent the grenade. So Gold Spark, prevent the grenade. Colossal Kang to Main Street Boss. All right, playing scoring pet. Could be worth 73 if it caps. All right, let's go to Cat. 20-second timer, Cat. Cat Bones, Tim, and football. Move to their DZ, gold orbital with a seal. Move to their DZ, gold orbital, seal, and thrill. F5 Milo to the watchtower. All right. Movement's good. Gold orbital is good. F5 Milo to the watchtower is good. All right, cat. Odd or even? Pick an odd. It is odd. Does like the watchtower. And we get rid of that monolith. All right. Light it up. Paid the fee. And gets the points for the Milo. All right, Bones. 20-second timer. Colossal Kang to Main Street. Torment to Ron. Possible 73. M7 Dracarys to the Dragon Tower. Colossal Kang to Main Street is good. Torment to Ron. And a M7 Dracarys to the Dragon Tower. Ron says wait. Just in time. Going to prevent the Dracarys. Burning the preventions now. Smart move by Bones. All right, let's go over to Sir Tim. 20-second timer, Sir Tim. Sir Tim is going to turn into a priest. Mythic Kang to the side chest. Drop a seal. Essayed Unforgiven to the wall with duplex and sacrifice a seismic. I've read it once. Dime says wait. Let's get a Mythic Kang over to the side chest. Could be worth 63 for Sir Tim. Let's give him a seal. Sacrifice a seismic. All right, Dimes, what are we waiting on? Priest, Kang, seal, Unforgiven to the wall, duplex, and sacrifice. Mythic Sonar and Evoke. Final Sonar, and using one charge of Evoke. 8, down to 4. 4 Carnage. Mythic Sonar. Take it down to S3. S3, Navy. All right, we'll make it S2 Navy. Immortal Sonar. Does take out a full black block. All right. And final move of round 4. Football Master, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Red needle to the haystack. Football playing needle. In 4, cap in 5. Seal. M7 Dracaris. Sacrifice a seismic and duplex. Trying to light the tower. Sir Tim with the prevention. And that is the end of round number 4. At the end of round number 4. Trigger with a blessing. Animal with a blessing. Let's remove a halo. We'll remove another one. Each team. Five points for Strawman for SLY. Actually, no points for Strawman because before it happens, VOX 25 points in the DZ because they have an advantage. And that will put out the one Strawman that was lit. So Strawman will be 0-0. One second. All right, we got Trigger. Gold Orb in the Temple. We got Dimes with a Bronze Star. in a siege. At the end of the round, we have VOX, 50 points. Sliver, 58 for SLY. Let's go to round number 5. Trigger. Kick us off round number 5. Both teams have sentry guns unlocked. "20-second timer trigger. Beats the timer. Colossal Gideon, Seal and Thrill. E2 Dracarys to the castle with Dominion to football. All right, Colossal Gideon. Seal and Thrill. E3. Equivalent, Dracarys to the castle and Dominion over football. Intervene to Dracarys. Football, the Dominion. You cannot play Sparks. The remainder of the game, no Sparks can be played by you. That is your Dominion. All right, before animals turn. $146 points in Kangs. A boss cap on Main Street. A needle cap. Two flags and their third needle. Animal, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Going to go Mythic Kang to the side chest. Possible 63. Drop a seal. S8 Dracarys to the Dragon Tower and Dominion over Ron. I've read it once. Mythic Kang to the side chest. Animal with a seal. S8 Dracarys to the Dragon Tower. And Dominion over Ron. Ron can play no Sparks. All right. They have activated Goddard. Animal. 100-point Goddard. And also removing the final 2 sliver rings, killing the VOX sliver. All right, let's go over to Nightshade. 20-second timer, Nightshade. Beats the timer. Nightshade going to play Mythic King to the side chest. Could be worth 63. Dragon Smoke to DZ. S8 Dracarys to the castle. Sliver ability and sacrifice a seismic. Okay. Several of these things cannot happen. They will fizzle. Because their sliver's dead. Sacrifice seismic, fizzles. Sliver ability, there is no sliver. Dracarys to the castle. And Dragon Smoke. All right. It hits. I read it twice. Mythic King is good. Dragon Smoke is good. Only one team can get Goddard, but it does remove 2 blessings. That could help. So when Dracarys hits, it does remove the 2 blessings, but no Goddard points. Dimes, you're up. 20-second timer. Mythic Orbital, Warrior Enraged, Super Thrill, Napoleon, Unforgiven to the wall with MD6. Mythic Orbital. Enrage, Super Thrill, H9, Unforgiven to the wall, and it hits. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, S17. It's 3.5. We take out half a red, and a red, and 25% of a red, leaving 75 red block remaining. Big, big hit after the Burnous. Dimes playing Renegade. Second dragon played. And Renegade will take out a red block and give dimes a gold bar. Each team now has one wall taken down. And let's reset the wall. All right, let's go to Father Ron from the sniper zone. He is tormented. 20-second timer, Ron. Colossal Wicked Kang to bounce back. Animals Kang. Nicely done. 73-point Kang for Ron. And Animal 63 going back to his hand. Inferno to the Straw Man. Absorption. And expose the wall. Ron says, not so fast. Let's turn that momentum around. Lighten up a Straw Man. Absorption will get rid of. The Straw Man will get rid of his absorption he just played. And expose. Wicked Kang is good. Straw Man is good. Expose the wall is good. Ocean Man, you're up. 20-second timer. Timer's up. Ocean Man going to play Orcus to the Straw Man. Choke Smoke to Temple. And F4 Milo to the wall. Orcus will put out the flame. It will splash, non-preventable. Going to use Diabolical to change the Milo Grenade to an Unforgiven. Saves the points. So it does hit. All right, I did not fully rebuild the wall either. So let me finish that. And they do get the orbital. So the orbital caps. That wall is no longer burnoosed. And it should be a full wall because it just reset. All right. Damage is going to be black block. 50% of a green block. All right, let's go over to cat. 18 seconds, cat. Beats the timer. Vines to animal. Skull to animal. Milo to the watchtower, and cease football. Football, you get one ability, and then you get no more. All right, reading it second time. Dime says wait. All right, Dimes, what are we waiting on? Hold up, Trigger. Easy there, Trigger. A little anxious. All right, prevent the scold. All right, so the Vines gets rid of his seal. That we know. Going to prevent the scold. So you have cat the absorption. Animal cannot prevent. Yeah, if you can delete, because your turn's not for like 2 more people. Yeah. Dimes, animal has no prevention. Dimes, all right, Bone's going to prevent it. Bones prevent the scold. And F4 Milo to the watchtower. Cat, odd or even? It is even. It hits again. 2 for 2. 1 monolith left. That lights up the third. And they do get the points for the Milo. All right, Bone's going to take the dice. That means you automatically lose the roll. Her cosmic ability. Let's get rid of that. So the monolith goes away. It does not light the watchtower. You do get the points for the Milo because it hits the ground. Okay? Because she took your dice away, which means she automatically wins the die roll. All right. Now, before Cat's turn, 199 points in Kangs. We did cap another boss. And Ocean Man's boss had capped as well. So all bosses have capped, and it's 3-3. All right. Bones playing Kruger. Dust the trigger, S8 Maximon to the Watchtower. Kruger is going to unlight this Watchtower. Does have a Watcher. Does not have a Monolith. Dust smoke the trigger. And going to light their own Watchtower with Maximon. All right, let's go over to Sir Tim. 20-second timer, Tim. Tim and football. And then we go to Dragonstorm. Beats the timer. Sir Tim is going to get into turret gun. Grizzed Animal. Drop a seal. S8 Unforgiven to the wall. And play Duplex. Again, sliver abilities will not, they will fizzle because the sliver is dead. All right, Grizzed Animal. Grizz will break Animal seal. Actually, Animal does not have a seal because the vines took out his seal. All right, so the vines took out his seal. They did prevent the scold. So Grizzed Animal, let's launch him. Out of the temple. Sir Tim has a seal. And S8 Unforgiven to the wall. And it's going to be evoked. So after the turret, it's going to be S10. So we're going to evoke it down to an S5 Carnage. And they do have Expose on the wall. Green block. And a green block. Double green. With the S5 Carnage. And the Expose. All right, final move. Before we get to the final move of round 5. Let's cap that final needle by football. Needle number 4. Football, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Football going to get in the turret gun. Talon Animal back to the temple. Pet Repel. S8 Unforgiven to the wall and Sliver ability. All right, read it once. He's going to get in the turret. Talon Animal back to the temple. He's going to play a Pet Repel. Sliver ability. and a S8 Unforgiven to the wall, and it will hit. Green block. Green block. That was a 50% green and 50% of a blue remaining. 50 blue. All right, we got SLY with 2.5 blue. On the other side, we got VOX with 3 blue. Walls are pretty much even. That is the end of round number 5. 6th and final round coming up. Halo. Halo. Halo for Nightshade. VOX 25. SLY 0. Light up a straw man. VOX 5 points for straw man. Sliver 0 for VOX. 64 points for SLY. Remove one Sliver blessings. A blessing for Trigger. Blessing for Animal. Father Ron with a bronze star capping the sniper zone. And 50-point sniper bonus. He did not duplex, but he did use an ability, and he should not have used that. So we're going to lower him back down to 58, not 64. Good call, Doc. 58 points, not 64. He should not have been allowed the Sliver ability. All right. Dragon Storm is an E3. Both teams qualify. Only 10 minutes left. We probably won't finish, but let's see. Trigger, you are dusted. 20-second timer starts now. Beats the timer. Trigger, Kruger, Torment Dimes, S8 Unforgiven to the wall, and exposing the wall. All right, I've read it once. Dime says wait. All right, Kruger. So remove that light right there. S8 Unforgiven. Second blue by Team SLY. It is immortal. So we will break Trigger's absorption and her seal. All right, let's go over to the animal. 20-second timer, Joe. Gonna play Papa. Papa Pet, torment Ron. Ron cannot be tormented because he's already been tormented once. So redirect it. Patton, H9 Unforgiven to the wall. All right. The grenade is going to hit. Redirect to torment, please. H10 Unforgiven to the wall. All right, going to torment Sir Tim. $50 blue. Off the board. Blue and a blue. 2.5 blue go down. They are in the red zone and Team SLY. All right, Nightshade from the DZ. 20-second timer, Nightshade. Beats the timer. All right, he's going to have to leave the DZ. To get into range. We got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. S19 Unforgiven. It's a big, big grenade. Dime says wait. Red blue from football. Final blue of the game for both teams. Red blue is going to break a seal, but it will stop that big grenade hit this time. Deadly Dimes, you are tormented. 20-second timer, Dimes. Timer is up. Beat the nerf timer. Jinshi, Spookly. Torment the Cat, Rage Tonic, Unforgiven to the wall with Dual Blast. It's going to add 25% to that grenade attack. All right. So that Unforgiven is going to become a spade. 3, 4. Red block. And 30% of a red block. 70 red remaining. So 2.7 red for Team SLY. All right, let's go over to Ron. 20-second timer, Ron. Ancient the Cat. Mythic Gideon, Thrill Smoke, Rage Tonic, Blue Spark, H9 Unforgiven from Patton, and Hushed Array. No gear ability. All right, I've read it once. Ancient the Cat, Mythic Gideon, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. 15, S15, Unforgiven. And no blue spark, because he typed the Thrill Smoke first. S15, Unforgiven. Hits. Father Ron, big, big grenade attack. Blue block. Blue block. It's double exposed wall. Blue block and a red block for Father Ron. 4-bagger for the Messenger of the Lord. All right. Final move of the night is right here, right now. Ocean Man. 20-second timer. Correct. And extra for the bronze star as well, Ron. No, it's not. Post it again. I don't see it. Nope. Repost it. All right. H9 Spade. Super Thrill. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for the Ocean Man. Ron says it hits. Red block. Red block. And that was 70. And a red block for Ocean Man. Taking down the wall, getting the gold bar on his final move of the night. All right. That, everybody, is where we leave it. Now, because we did not finish the round, there were some points left on the table. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blessings for Team SLY. Let's take down that wall and rebuild it. And after we take down the wall and rebuild it, we'll take down 2 more blocks and give them their orbital. On the other side, we had 3 blessings. 1, 2, 3. So you can see walls were almost even. All right. Also, Cat and Bones will split 75 points each for the PCP DZ. And no DZ points at the very end. No strawman points at the very end, and no sliver points at the very end. All right, everybody, hold tight. Great game. Certainly with some rust. You guys both played awesome. The second time we've seen the SLY strategy, I don't know if it's a winner tonight, but if they did, it's going to be back-to-back because they did a hell of a job with the Grendels. We'll see if VOX did enough at home field. So hold tight, everybody. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll calculate the winner. All right, everybody, we are back, and we do have a winner. And if I tell you that this game was even, it would be doing it a disservice. This game was even in all aspects of this game, and you're going to find that out when I go through each of the individual categories between main scoring, PCP, and extras. All right, we'll start out. Flags are even, 600-600. Walls were almost even. SLY slight advantage, 625 to 615. Strawmen, almost even. VOX, 15. SLY 5. I mean, every category. MBS, VOX 200 points with the MBS. VOX also strong Kane game, 345 to 219. So it looks like VOX running up the lead. Well, they didn't, because Needles, 400 SLY, 100 VOX. That pretty much evened the game out. Siege and Occupy. Dimes, 100-point Siege. But Ron, 50-point Sniper. Again, pretty close. Watchtowers, 50 to 25. And DZ, VOX, 100. SLY, 25. So an advantage. Timers. VOX, minus 50 on the timers. SLY, minus 30. Overall, just the core points. VOX with a slight lead, 2,000 to 1,991. And by slight, I mean 9 points. Let's go to PCP. We had SLY, 2 gold bars, a cannonball, tire, dynamite award for the cyborg. PCP DZ, 75, Bronze Star, and Goddard, 375 points. On the other side, we had VOX, white flag, gold bar, feather, cannonball, tire, 2 wave awards, PCP DZ, Bronze Star, and a golden orb, 400 points. So at this point, you've got VOX with less than 20-point lead. Let's get to the extras. The extras are slivers. Sliver, we didn't finish the game, so that last sliver did not calculate. But overall, slivers, 236 for Team SLY, 188 for VOX. But then we got to add the extras. These are the Colossal Gideons. There was a Mythic Gideon, 2 Colossal Gideons, and Jackal. That was a minus 114. The other side, we had a minus 50 for the Wicked Boss. And then the extras were the Milos, the Maximons. What orb? Are you talking about the Mythic Orbital? Dimes? Yeah, I haven't covered those. Those are part of the extras. Those are the Colossal Watchers, the Mythic Orbital, the Chromicas, the Dark Bosses. But on the other side, we had Gold Orbital, Gold Watcher, Chromica, Dark Boss, almost the same. For a net of the extras, we had SLY with a positive 274. This is all the Milos, all the pets, all the deductions. We had VOX with a positive 287. Final score tonight. VOX, 2687. SLY, 2640. 27 point. Sorry, 47 point. 47 point victory. 2687 to 2640. 47 point victory by Team VOX. So again, we never know what would have happened if we would have gotten those last 3 moves in. So always play fast, get to the end. SLY on the road, great strategy. Very, very good lockdown strategy. But when you run them out of, preventions and stuff, you're hoping to finish the whole game. So there were a few moves left on the table. We don't know what would have happened, but that's the way it goes. Awesome, awesome game. Good to have Faction Wars back. It's the first time we've had this in almost a month. So both teams, I think you played great. Good to learn from it. I know you're going to be sleeping tonight saying, one more grenade, if we would have did that, if we would have did that. That's how it goes. But that's why these games are so close and so much fun. Great job, both teams tonight. Have a good one, everybody. We will see you tomorrow night for fish fights. Peace.